What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Josh Taylor. Joshua Taylor says that I got a little complacent, and I won't make the same mistake twice in the Catteral rematch. The former WBO junior welterweight champion Josh Taylor is very motivated to do some damage in his upcoming rematch with domestic rival Jack Catteral. The two fighters first met back in February of 2022, with Taylor winning a controversial 12-round decision to retain the undisputed crown at 140. Taylor has since dropped his IBF, WBA, and WBC titles, as the mandatory orders were piling up from the sanctioning bodies, and Taylor was gearing up to face Catteral for a second time. And he said, "I've been waiting for this for a long time, and I've had to let go of the belts. I've had to let go of all my belts near enough. I've got the WBO left just to make this fight happen and prove that I'm a real champion," Joshua told Sky Sports. He said, "I just needed a fresh change up in my approach to things. I just felt in my previous camp I was getting taken away from what my natural qualities are and sort of challenging my style a little bit too much. I need to get back to my own self. I think I had achieved in 18 fights and in only 4 or 5 years as a professional becoming undisputed champion. No one's ever done it before in the UK in the 4-belt era, creating a massive part of history. I just got a little bit complacent. I tried to learn from other athletes and boxers, letting complacency creep in, but I am only human at the end of the day, and it did creep in a little bit, but I won't make the same mistake twice." Those are the words of Josh Taylor. And let me counterpunch. I think that Josh Taylor lost that fight. To say the least, though, at least he is, in his own way, apologizing for his performance, because his performance wasn't really that good. It was decent, but it wasn't really that good. Catteral countered, outboxed, got the knockdown, and still lost the fight in Josh Taylor's backyard. And home cooking was a reason for this. Okay, that hometown division was the reason for it, I believe. Now it's going to be in the same place. Now, people, I see Josh Taylor, pretty much losing more than he gained because of that fight. I think he had to have some type of explanation on what happened, why this happened, why he didn't perform the way he's supposed to perform. And now, he's supposedly fixed all these things. Well, that means since you've apologized for your performance, that means you have no other choice. Since you've got all that other stuff out of the way, you are a real champion, and you're still the WBO champion to this day. That means you have no other excuses. So if the same type of performance that you have and you've had and you do it again, that leaves you nowhere. Even if you win the decision, because who's to say the home advantage is not going to happen in this fight? And it didn't. And if I'm Jack Catteral and I beat Taylor, I'm like, cool. I beat him the first time, though, and I missed out on 3 other belts. I missed out on undisputed because they cheated me, because I wasn't at home, because I fought the undisputed champion in a foreign land. Okay, so, that's just how I take it. I hope he has better spirits, because at least justice or the right person got it. But who's to say? Josh Taylor could go out there and fight totally different, and this is what happened. You guys look forward to someone like Josh Taylor to fight shitty like he did the first time. He's apologizing for that, and he said he's made corrections. But then he comes in, and he's 100 times better than he was before. And now he actually wins the fight. Okay? Let me give you guys a history lesson, because I love to educate people when it comes to boxing. Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis fought for the first time for all 3 belts, which it was a 3-belt era back in those days. And Holyfield lost every round, in my opinion, besides the third, because the third he predicted that he was going to knock out Lennox Lewis. Okay. And when the draw came about, everybody was in an uproar. And we know, and you all know, if you don't, this is what happens. If you were a champion fighting another champion and you guys come to a draw, you guys keep what you remain and you separate. How I feel marriages should be. You take your shit, and you split. Bars. So, then the next fight, though, here's the irony. The next fight, Evander Holyfield did a lot better than he did the first fight. And actually, that one was supposed to be a draw in my eyes. If you could see a draw coming from any shape, form, or fashion, any type of way, you would say that was a draw. But Lennox Lewis, still was dominant. He was the dominant fighter. He was the guy to beat. He was the champion. So saying all that to say this in comparison of Catteral and Taylor, Taylor might do better. Okay? He might do better in this next fight. And since he's at home, he may still get to bring that chrome home. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Josh Taylor stating that he got a little complacent in the Jack Catteral fight, but it won't happen again. You guys tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.